Hello everyone and welcome to the personal branding campaign. We call it Brand Me Brand Now. And this is our first workshop and focusing on self-discovery. I'd like to introduce you the host. I am July and I will be the moderator of today's workshop. Co-hosting with me, we have Veronica and Chand. As in our previous activity, personal branding is your value, your image, and it will help you to find good job, build your network, and to reach more opportunities, right? This session, we would like to give you another perspective of personal branding. First thing first, building your personal brand, it helps you to gain better and deeper understanding about yourself. It's this self-awareness. That's why we usually struggle when we want to write our personal brand. We don't know where to start because the self-awareness isn't there yet. They deliver higher values about themselves so they can set up at a premium price. And the same goes with jobs. Jobs is a market. So if you position yourself as with job titles, like I'm a project manager, you are subconsciously position yourself as a commodity versus a brand. So the true value of personal brand is how you value yourself first and how others have valued you. That leads to the question, how do you value yourself? How do you see the values inside yourself and how you see the values that you can create to other people? So talking about your personal branding, what would you prefer? Fake it until you make it or building an authentic brand? So I would like to share one story. The fake it until you make it is one of my life lessons. I lived like that for 4 years until one day it hit me with identity crisis at the age of 25. Authentic is being you, of accepting who you are and really showing up as you. Like building a personal brand is truly understand yourself, where you want to be, and put it as your signature, your real self in that. Most of us would go straight to the step 3 is to get a theme, get a color, and to build it. But it doesn't start that way. We need to do the first thing first, and I can't emphasize enough is doing the homework of self-discovery to find out your core identity and reflect and understand yourself. And then next you would do the goal setting, define your goals, your target audience, your target companies, who would you like to work with. And just the next and third step is to design your brand, defining your brand message, build your brand board, and choose a tone of voice that represents you. And the last one is to apply it into your channels, whether it's a CV, LinkedIn, or personal website. So let me show you really quick. My website is still under the construction, and I hope it will help you to have some sense of the whole campaign and the process. So on the right hand side here is my brand board with like the colors, the fonts, and the image. So this is the third step as I just showed you. And this is my website. Here I put, after doing my personal reflection, self-reflection, I have come up like what is my characteristics and how I want to bring it into my website. And here I would say, let's start with 4 pieces for experience that shaped me. First time to travel solo, first half marathon, and first food product launch. Okay. Veronica to walk us through a self-reflection space. And this is the most important part of our workshop, and it only takes around 15 minutes.
We'll go through 10 questions which can help you to uncover your authenticity. Part is just to write down the first thing which come into your mind. Where you can meet with another person and to share your experience, to share your stories which shaped you the most, which popped up in your mind during this exercise.
So I would love to hear about your feelings.
I feel so relaxed. It was really like, I don't know, I mean, Ruth and I were talking about it. It was just very like meditating, which really kind of helped the music in the background. I wasn't sure if that was something in my room playing, and then I was like, where's that music coming from? It really kind of added to the experience because it helped. I don't know, for me personally anyway, and Ruth and I were in our breaking room, we were discussing that, like it really kind of helped you like channel your inner, but it was a really good exercise.
Hannah and me were in the same group and we had a blast because we had so many things in similar. But in terms of the exercise, I agree with Lorcan as well. It was very self-reflective because we normally don't think about these things on an everyday basis. So it takes a lot of time to jot down your thoughts and get to the real you know, between and behind all those layers. Because we're so consumed by everything else, we don't know what we stand for. So it gave me a lot of clarity in terms of what I represent and where I want to go. So in terms of the question, like what legacy could you leave behind? I mean, Veronica asked that and I was actually thinking, okay, what do I do which has the most impact on people? And I would like to start a business on my own as well so that I leave a legacy behind. So that kind of got me thinking as to what I should be doing rather than what I am doing. So that was very insightful.
I basically have so many interests, but I just don't know what to focus on. I'm thinking of like property, but then it's like you shouldn't limit yourself, and it's just like I'm having all these different conversations with people, and like I'm not worried about getting a job. Like I'll get one. I have like 2 years experience, so like I'm not worried, but I just want to get the right one. You know what I mean? I don't want to I'm struggling a little bit in terms of like what I should aim my brand towards.
You just keep asking yourself, what drives me, what motivates me, what brings me energy, and you will find your own tree or whatever piece is.
The fact that I really appreciate how good I felt after an interaction with Emma.
As Lorcan said, we literally were kind of skimming over like how useful basically what you had covered was. I actually did struggle with a couple of things which I was kind of surprised at. Like the simplest things, like what do you like most about yourself? It wouldn't be a question I'd ask myself a lot. So I think something about this project is that and I know I've said it before, it's an Irish thing that you're not used to talking about yourself as well. But since we've been kind of given this project, it's about finding that out. And my God, my journey looks something like that in front of you there. There's so many arrows going from different places. So it's trying to find one value or something that kind of ties them all together. And I suppose like this exercise definitely did help that. I just have to find where the main road is and not all the side roads in itself.
But I always want to emphasize the power of storytelling, that this is actually a tool that you can leverage to build your personal brand, because storytelling is very powerful. So I know like I don't like bragging about myself, but like I would use stories to show that what I have been through and what has shaped me today, and in a very humble way. We also have some fears when we want to build stories or when we want to do storytelling that prevent us from having stories. And everyone loves stories, and through stories we can see ourselves in you and we can see more of who you are. If you can turn your past to be your advantage, to be your inner light to guide you. And it's not only personal branding that we are talking here, it's about how to living a fulfilled career in life.
Thank you so much for this website. I genuinely enjoyed it. Like it was so different, and from my classes and the work and everything, it was very refreshing because we sort of like went inwards and found out what our qualities are. So that was very informational. And even in terms of how the information should be spread out, like you said, in the website and the brand identity as well. I found that really interesting, having a brand identity, even though I'm not a brand yet. So I found that really interesting, and I think I'll be working on that and working towards that as well. So thank you so much.
you don't really think about it when you're in it, but then afterwards, like in the self-reflection exercise when you asked it, it's a really important question, I suppose. So I guess I'm proud of that.
The moment that I realized that, and I know exactly what is my next step when I build in this campaign, like you have more motivation, you do it with your friends, and like we can share with each other along this journey. So yeah, I really enjoyed that moment to me.
I was just very happy that because before that I was thinking that I'm the only one crazy about this self development things and self-exploration journeys, but now I really glad to see so many people, not so many people, but people who are really passionate about self-reflection and about self-development.
I would like to close it with one word. You are much more than your job title.
No, thanks very much to everyone who hosted this. I think it's been brilliant, it really has. And I really like the last quote, because with personal brand, I think that was my biggest feat there. It was just thinking that like everything revolved around work and everything like that. So thanks a million. That's been great.
Yay!
Congratulations!
So happy.
That's perfect that we.
It's like a gift for us as a host, because we want to create this just small but like cozy circle for you to express yourself more, and yeah, really love to hear that.